I'm joined once again by Luis Smolka, who's going to be taking on Matthias Nikolai at UFC 219 on December 30th. Luis, how are you?
I'm good, James. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you joining me here. And he's making a shake here. He's catching him right in the element of his morning routine and everything. Or I don't know. Actually, what time is it out where you're at right now? It's probably not the morning, actually.
It's 10:30 right now. I just got done with my morning mitt work, and so now I'm having breakfast. I kind of did it fasted because I cheated a little yesterday, so I had to bring the weight back down. But yeah.
Right, good stuff. Well, I appreciate it. So, what goes into like a super shake that you make? What's the secret?
Right now, I'm not doing too much. It's just like a plant. It's called Amazing Greens. It's just like a quick, it basically has all the fiber, minerals, nutrients from plants you would need. It's just like a little powdered, it's basically a bunch of powdered, roots and alfalfa leaf, spinach, kale, all that stuff powdered up, and then it's just quicker than salad,
Yeah, oh, way quicker. Yeah, I take the greens as well. Just because that way you make sure you're getting your daily greens that you're supposed to have, right? Like that's why it's good to take that stuff sometimes, and it's easier to digest sometimes taking that as opposed to taking like an actual vegetable. So
then over here I have my egg whites.
Oh, look at that! Nice.
Recommended right there. My nutritionist Kelsey. 6 egg whites and 6 ounces of white rice right now is what I'm on. It's my breakfast. I get a little bit of salt, ketchup, whatever, pepper to taste.
It's been a while since we've seen you in the cage, man. You haven't fought since April. What's sort of been the reason for the delay? Just you wanted this much time off, or was it just tough getting you a fight?
Oh, I just wanted the time off. I fought 4 times in under a year. I fought 4 times in 8 months last year. So I was just I was sick of cutting weight. I was sick of training all the time, sick of doing all that stuff. So I kind of told the UFC, I was like, right, guys, I need a break. I want some carbs in my life. I need some food. I'm starving over here, having bad weight cuts and shit. I was really feeling it, Plus, I'm kind of on a losing streak and just trying to I needed a little bit to, just get my head right,
Yeah, to get rejuvenated. And of course, you live in Hawaii, so I imagine you got a bit of downtime getting to, hang out and just, hang out with the family and sort of take it easy a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Playing with my kid, all that good stuff, hanging out with my fiance over here.
How's it going? Good stuff. We're really getting up close and personal. I appreciate this, man. It's great. I feel like we're on Cribs or something like that. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah. This is the life of a fighter right here.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. You referenced it there. You're coming off a loss. Tim Elliott, UFC on Fox 24. What did you sort of take away from that fight? Tim's a really tough guy and has a pretty unorthodox style for that division.
Kind of proved to me, I don't know, I need to stop drinking. I've been kind of an alcoholic for the past I don't know, for a while. So I kind of proved to me I can't get away with drinking and trading anymore. I can't drink during fight camp anymore. I got away with it for a really long time, and I guess it's just caught up to me.
Wow, good for you, man. That you was that sort of your decision, or did someone sort of come to you and say, hey, you might want to cut that out? How did you sort of come to that realization?
My coaches have kind of been on me about it for a while, so is she. They've been on me for a while, but I've just been real stubborn about it. I like to drink, I like to have fun, and I just kind of hit the wall. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm old, so I can't get away with that. My metabolism's not what it used to be.
Yeah, well, you're not that old, man, but still, I know what you're saying. You get older, you get mature, you got to kind of, put your priorities in order. So are you completely done with drinking, or is it just during training camp you don't have any drinks?
I'm just cutting it down, a lot. Before I was blacking out every night. I was a pretty heavy drinker, but, I'm trying to clean it up right now.
Good for you, man. Well, I'm glad you've realized that. You must feel a lot better, going into practice, going into training, not having a hangover, not having being dehydrated. Have you noticed that as a big difference in this training camp?
Yeah, I definitely have a lot better energy and cardio. I'm not sparring and trying to fight my throw up. You know what I mean? Trying to choke my throw up. So yeah, that's a nice change.
Awesome. Well, you got another tough opponent here. You're taking on Matthias and Nikolai. He's got the 12-1-1 record. How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight?
I felt pretty good. I kind of call them Taijitsu fighters. They're Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, kind of like wrestle boxing. I don't know. I feel pretty confident. I feel like we can get the win. I know he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu too. That's pretty interesting. It's kind of a thing for me because this is gonna be my first black belt that I'm going up against. So this is gonna be kind of kind of interesting test.
Yeah, no, it's a good matchup for sure. Now, how's training camp going at Hawaii Elite? Everything going, A-okay ahead of this matchup?
Yeah, everything's great out here. We just got a new gym. We're trying to set up right now. We're getting everything together. It's going good, man. It's kind of nice to have a facility. It's pretty close to my house, so that's cut down on like a lot of travel time. I'm not spending more time driving to training than actually training, so that's really nice. I mean, I get to come home, in between practices and hang out with my kid, hang out with my fiance, so that's really nice.
Very cool, man. And I know one of the guys you've been training with who has a fight coming up here fairly soon is Ricky Simone. I know he came up and trained with you guys. How cool is it to get to train with him, because he's got a big title fight coming up for LFA?
Ricky's a beast, dude. Watch out for that kid. They should sign him. Ricky's an animal. I really like training with him. He's a really good look, really, really tough guy, good wrestler, good hands. He's a good dude, just like an animal. He's just an animal. Look out for him, right? That kid's going places.
And I imagine aside from him, just the usual cast of characters as far as training partners, Martin Day, guys like that, sort of helping you, really pushing you ahead of this fight?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, Martin actually trained with Matthias, he trained with him at Frankie Edgar's camp. When Frankie Edgar fought Yair, I guess they brought Martin in as a sparring partner, and I guess Matthias was up there too, so they were like buddies or whatever. And one of my other friends, Nainoa Dung, when he was at Greg Jackson's, he actually kind of ran into the guy a little bit too. So it's kind of cool, my training partners have seen the guy before. It's a little bit of an advantage for me, I guess. But I'm trying not to cross too many lines. I don't really want I don't want them to break them down too much for me because I feel like that's cheating. I'm trying to not cross those lines too hard.
Yeah.
Just trying to base.
There's the fighter's code, and not just that too. I'm sure, when you go into a fight, you can't think too much about that because the fighter might be a little bit different, right? I mean, every camp, a fighter's evolving, so you can't rely too much on that, I would imagine.
Yeah, especially with a young guy like he is, he's gonna just keep changing his style. He's gonna keep adapting, adding new things. So I mean, I'm expecting him to be doing at least a few different things,
Yeah, no, I agree. So we caught you here while you're eating some breakfast. How is the weight cut going? I mean, we got lots of time before this fight, but I imagine everything's on point.
Yeah, I'm a lot lighter than before. Like I said, taking up the drinking is really helping a lot, getting me a lot lighter, a lot earlier. So that's really nice. Yeah, man, and I'm actually getting to eat more now that I'm not drinking because before I used to kind of skip meals and stuff so I could drink, But yeah, so now I kind of I get white rice and stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Excellent. Now, were you drinking beer or hard liquor or both? Because I know with beer, it really fills you up, when you're trying to, do that along with training.
Yeah, I'm I drink like a high schooler, bro. I'll drink mouthwash if that's all that's left in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would drink whatever. I'm not really a preference. I'm not really a guy with too much preferences. I like beer. I like wine. I like hard liquor. It doesn't really matter.
Good stuff, man. How do you see this fight ending on the 30th? I mean, you're going to win, but how do you sort of see it unfolding with you and Matthias?
I'm not too sure. I'm just gonna try to go after him and get the finish like I always do. Sub or maybe a knockout. I don't know. I'm just going to try to go out there, put on a show. It's a big card. I know there's a lot of people watching. When I fought on it last year, it was a pretty star-studded thing. There was a lot of celebrities in the crowd, so I want to go out there and try to put my best foot forward and entertain,
Obviously, we talked about it there. You had a little bit of a gap in between fights. As far as after this fight, I know you're not looking past your opponent, but are you looking to kind of space your fights out a little bit more? Are you looking to be more active in 2018? What's sort of the game plan after this?
We just got to see how the fight goes. Take it time by time. I mean, I'd love to kind of, be in season right now, as I call it. So, I'll be in good shape. I could rack off a bunch of fights, maybe 3-4 fights again in an 8-month period and then take a few months off, have a season, MMA fighters, training all year round, I don't think is necessarily the best way to do it because our bodies will start to break down. So if we can start developing seasons as fighters, not necessarily to the point where the UFC stops holding events, but certain guys will kind of rotate in on 8-month periods where they'll fight 4 or 5 times. You can rack up a bunch of money and then you have 4 months to rest as opposed to constantly trying to grind every 3 months. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's to each his own, but I feel like that kind of seasonal thing would work for me well. So that's what I'd like to do, provided I don't get injured.
Now, this fight's on the 30th. So how is Christmas going to work this year, especially with, coming over from Hawaii? Are you going to like does that sort of impact things, or is it just going to sort of be business as usual?
I missed Christmas last year, man. It doesn't really matter to me. Every day is a holiday when you hang out with me. I like to party, dog.
Nice. That's a good answer. Before I let you go, what are you watching on TV right now? Last time we talked, it was Rick and Morty. Is it still the same? You still watching that? And if so, you watching any other stuff?
We just finished up Rick and Morty. I don't even know what is on TV right now. I think we're kind of on a drought. We like to watch like Fresh Off the Boat, Lucifer, Will and Grace. I know is back on. What else is there? Bob's Burgers is always a favorite at our house. I think that might be it. What else is playing right now, babe? What else is there? Oh yeah, Modern Family as well. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, so this is all on Hulu because I'm pretty sure they have all those shows.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
we're a
awesome.
Hulu family. As soon as Netflix got rid of Bob's Burgers, I was like, sorry guys, that's all we needed.
I'm switching over to the Hulu side. Yeah, no, for sure. Mm-hmm. Awesome, man. Well, I really appreciate the time as always, man. It's always great talking to you. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, you can find me on Last Samurai UFC on pretty much everything: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Louis Smolka. Yeah, man, I just want to thank Defend Hawaii, Ruka, Defense Soap, Virus, G Fuel Energy. Always, I got their little shaker right here. I'm about to be able to play some Counter-Strike after this. Just everybody, man. We've actually got a new CBD sponsor out here, Hawaii Cannabis Care. Yeah, man, I just have so many people supporting me. Mentum Eyewear, Skeevy, they always help out. Yeah. And thank you to everybody.